Hello everyone, welcome to Mindful Contract Administrator. There are a number of requests from many of my viewers who wanted to compare FIDIC 1999 version along with 2017 version. So I decided to post a couple of videos. The plan is first we should be more aware of what is already contained within FIDIC 1999 version. Then we can move on to what has been included within 2017 version of FIDIC so that it will be more useful in order for you to comprehend what you have practiced along with what you are gonna practice in future. Right. 10 attributes of performance security in 10 minutes, or rather 10 subclauses of performance security in 10 minutes. That's what we are going to do today based on FIDIC 1999 version. So in the future video, the next video which I am going to do will cover what has been changed within these 10 subclauses. So I think that will be useful in that manner. So first instance that you will see the performance security is subclause 2.1, which is about providing access to the site to the contractor by the employer. So it says the employer may withhold the facility of providing access to the contractor if the contractor does not give the performance security. So it is a discretional activity. That is why it says may. Okay. So that is the first instance that you will see the performance security within FIDIC 1999 version. The second instance that you will see is subclause 4.2, wherein the subclause itself is talking about the performance security. So the most important two things that you should be knowing about the performance security under subclause 4.2 are the dates. Okay, so the first date is after receiving the LOA, the letter of acceptance. Within 28 days after receiving the LOA, the contractor shall submit the performance security. So within that 28 days period, you have to submit the performance security. And that is the obligation of the employer in order to issue the release the performance security of the performance certificate which has been issued upon successful completion of the contract. So that is the most important two dates that you need to be knowing when it comes to the performance security part. Now let's see what are the other subclauses which contain the performance security attribute. One of them is subclause 11.5, which you will not see in many instances, but it may happen. You know, as you are aware, subclause 11 is revolving around the defects notification and defects related issues. Subclause 11.5 specifically mentions that if there is a plant, for instance, let's say it is a transformer or HVAC, generator, whatever it is, which forms part of the works, if it is defective and cannot be repaired within the site, you may have to take that particular plant out of the site. So what can we do? What you can do is, when you take that particular plant out of the site, the full replacement value of the plant, which is no more in the site, has to be added to the performance security. So that sort of an adjustment needs to be done in the performance security when you talk about a defective plant which is being removed out of the site. So that is the other instance that you will find the performance security in the subclauses. There are three subclauses within the payment clause. In fact, it is four, including the discharge certificate, 14.2, 14.6 and 14.7. These subclauses talk about if you do not submit the performance security as a contractor, you will not be eligible for any interim payment. You will not be issued any interim payment certificates. Of course, the advance payment certificate is bound with the performance security that you need to be submitting to the employer with the contractual requirements. So these are the clauses, subclauses which may occur, which may address about the performance security requirement. Then it comes to the termination clauses. You know, subclause 15.1 always gives the contractor an opportunity to correct once a notice to correct has been issued by the employer. But if it fails, if the contractor fails to correct the notification, what will happen is the employer has a right to terminate the contractor for the contractor's default. So one of them is embedded within subclause 15.2, wherein you can terminate the contractor if he does not submit the performance security. That is one instance. And the second instance is subclause 15.5, termination for convenience. Okay. When the employer terminates for convenience, the effective date of the termination can be construed as the later of the later of 28 days after issuing the notice, or the date of the performance security has been released by the employer, because it is not the contractor's fault. So that you have to definitely release the performance security to the contractor pursuant to subclause 15.5. So that is very important in order for you to understand when you have to issue the performance security in the case where the employer terminates for convenience. Subclause 16.4 says that the contractor's termination, based on the contractor's termination, the employer has to release the performance security promptly after the termination has taken place. It has taken into effect based on 16.2. 16.2 is the contractor's termination clause. Okay, so first it has to be validated. Once it is validated, just the notice to terminate would not suffice in order for the employer to issue the performance security. It is understood by any of the parties. So these are the subclauses that the employer has to take care of, as well as the contractor has to be aware of when you are administering the performance security aspect of the FIDIC 1999 version. So in my next video, what I am planning to do is I will compare these subclauses in FIDIC 2017 version with what has been given in FIDIC 1999 version, and then you will understand what are the areas that the FIDIC has improved and what are the areas that FIDIC wanted to change based on their feedback which they may have obtained from the stakeholders of construction contracts, such as the employers, consultants, contractors, as well as suppliers and any other third parties who may be affected by these sort of standard forms of contract. So this is what today's session is all about. So 10 subclauses which is addressing how to administer the performance security in a robust manner under FIDIC 1999 version. 10 attributes in 10 minutes. Let us meet in another video very soon. Okay, have a good day everyone.